Hello, hello, and welcome to Menace the Monk. We are discussing the Liverpool versus Cardiff game. The lineups are already out. Manas, did you see the lineup?
Yes, I am just tweeting so that people just join
Yeah,
in. Didi, why don't you tell us the starting lineup?
yeah, of course. So the big news, of course, is the fact that our new boy starts on the bench. Thiago doesn't start either. Both these guys are on the bench, but the team is as follows. So we start with Kelleher in goal. Alexander Arnold, Konate, Van Dijk, Simicas is the defense. And then we have Henderson, Keita, and Jones as the midfield. Minamino, Jota, and Firmino up front. So, the usual front three. What we would usually go with. That's the lineup that we have gone with. What is your sense? You like this lineup? It's a strong lineup.
Uh, it's a strong lineup, but obviously, Didi, like first of all, Oxlade, Chamberlain, and Gomez are unavailable because of COVID. That's
COVID, yeah.
something that, unfortunately, for their sake, uh, they are not playing. I think Gomez would have, like you were mentioning before we went live, I think Gomez would have probably started this one. I'm happy
Yeah.
to see Simicas get a game. Midfield में Henderson will be playing that defensive role. Naby Keita, good to see him fit back after AFCON. Curtis
Yeah.
Jones
And
needs these
start.
games and start. And happy for Minamino. Uh,
Yeah.
Minamino, there was this bit of doubt that he might end up being sold in the January transfer window. And hallelujah,
Correct.
the next game after the transfer window, he's starting. So let's hope
Yes.
he does well. Uh, yeah, Didi, you want to take this question?
Fabinho has been rested, I think. I don't think he's injured. There is no news about him having any other issue. For example, Ox and Gomez, like we know, they are COVID positive, so hence they did not start. I think
Yeah.
Fabinho has just been rested, unless somebody can tell us otherwise.
No,
I
I
don't
think
think
Didi,
so.
I agree with you because he played for Brazil midweek, full 90
Oh
minutes
yeah, exactly.
in the World Cup qualifier. So Fabinho played entire 90 minutes, and I think Jurgen Klopp has just felt that this is a game where it's not worth risking him right now
Hmm.
because we have Leicester midweek as well. So, मेरे हिसाब से that is the only logical reason.
Yeah, yeah. Elliot on the bench as well. That's another big news. So Elliot, Thiago both have made their comebacks, albeit on the bench, but both these boys are back.
Is Robbo available?
Yes, Robbo is also on the bench.
Okay, so the bench is strong.
It's a very strong bench. I'll tell you the bench.
Yeah.
So the bench is just a moment. Adrian, Thiago, Milner, Luis Diaz, Robertson, Matip, Gordon, Elliot.
Sorry, Nidhi, can you repeat it for me again?
Yeah, yeah, sure, sure. So the bench is Adrian,
Okay.
Thiago, Milner, Diaz, Luis Diaz, Robertson, Matip, Gordon, Elliot, and Tyler Morton. That's the bench we are going with.
That's a very strong bench, bro.
It's a very strong bench. I mean, ideally, we would have seen Allison, and I think that's why Allison and Fabinho are missing. You mentioned, right? I mean, both of them started for Brazil. That's why we don't see them. What's your predictions for the match, Manas? क्या बोलता है?
Oh, too early in the sense that I maybe like there are 57 minutes to go for the game, so too early to make the prediction. But yeah, we should be beating Cardiff. They are in the championship. They are not doing that great. I saw them like a week or two back where they were.
Hmm.
I think they were 18th or 20th. Championship is has 24 teams, but they
Yeah,
were might be playing in the international break. So I don't know whether they won those games or not. But we should be beating Cardiff. We have Firmino, Jota, Minamino up front. Curtis is good. Naby Keita excited to see what he can give us for the second half of the season. Simicas, usually whenever he plays, he usually Nidhi, he's up for it because he knows he's
yeah.
second, so he has a point to prove. So it's a strong team. I expect nothing other than a win today, honestly.
Yeah, yeah. We'll take this question and then I want to talk to you about some other results that we watched in the FA Cup yesterday. This is a good point. I mean, these are big games for Naby Keita. I mean, if he has to, stay in this team, do well, then these are the games in which, I mean, in which he's going to get his chances. This is a big game for Naby Keita. It's true.
Yeah, and it'll even be more interesting what happens because now Cortis is starting to play well,
Yeah.
and your Fabinho will be back. Your Thiago will be considered in the midfield. Henderson always will be there and thereabouts. So Naby Keita can be a very interesting time. Now, if Elliott is fit, Elliott plays in the midfield. Does he
Yeah.
play in the front three? So it's going to be tough for Naby Keita to get games.
Naby Keita, I think in one of our videos we mentioned this also. I think that whatever happens between now and the summer transfer window,
Uh,
obviously till the end of the season, I think Naby it will Naby's future depends a lot on that. I don't think it will be Naby will be sold or anything, but it is a big indication because it is likely that Milner will leave, so that one spot will be vacated anyway. We are looking to buy Fabio Carvalho, who is also another player I wanted to talk to you about against City. So if
yeah.
that transfer happens, Milner leaves, Henderson. I think Henderson I mean, not in terms of, I don't mean this in a derogatory sense, but he could be the new Milner. I mean, used sparingly. Um, these are like very important games for Navi. Let's
Yeah.
see what happens.
Midfield for next season might just be totally different from what we are seeing right now.
Yes. So on that front, did you watch City versus Fulham? Did you watch Fabio Carvalho at all? Did any of you watch Fabio Carvalho? What did you guys make of his debut?
एक second there, Nidhi.
Not his
I saw
debut.
I saw
Not his debut.
I saw the chance that he missed as well in the second half when it was 4-1. But he looked like he belongs to a good club in the Premier League.
At
He's
at a
young,
higher level.
and I think under Jurgen Klopp he's just going to improve, bro.
Yeah. No, so I watched the game. Pure, of course, I watched the game because I wanted to see Fabio Carvalho play. Of course, he scored, and that was really good. Very early on in the fourth minute, he scored. But I think that his off the ball movement, his overall effect, his overall impact, not effect, overall impact looks really good. So I am very hopeful about Fabio Carvalho, that transfer. Hopefully, if that can go through, we are looking at a really good player. He's really young. He's someone that will bring a lot of energy into this team. I think it can be a really good transfer. I think the fact that he scored yesterday was the icing on the cake. But otherwise, also, Fabio Carvalho looked really really good. Should be looking to maintain our scoring average of 3.75 per hopefully Cardiff, mm, like Manas was saying, we should be beating Cardiff with this team, especially we should be beating Cardiff anyway, but this is the cup, things can happen. Yesterday, West Ham and Chelsea both, they almost went out against Plymouth and Kidderminster Harriers. FA Cup has its own thing. Anything can happen, but this will be surely very very interesting to see. By the way, guys, if anybody is new here, if you guys are new to Menace and the Monk, uh, we like to do heartfelt Liverpool videos. Off late we have started doing lives as well. So any support to us in terms of dropping a like or subscribing if you haven't yet would mean a lot to us. Please make sure that you like the video. The algorithm works in such a way that it would help us. But and if you guys anybody wants to come here and talk to us, you are more than welcome. Just let us know or through our Twitter, or if you have any of our numbers, we can do that as well. You can come on and we can have a chat about the Reds, which we all love. Chelsea and West Ham made it interesting yesterday, only to shatter our hopes of seeing them knock out. Yeah, Chelsea. I I think Plymouth played really well. They pushed Chelsea towards. I mean, they got a penalty as well towards the end of the second half to make it
That was
2-2.
so heartbreaking, bro, for them.
Yeah, they got a penalty as well, but they couldn't convert it. FA Cup is one of those competitions, like it's insane. Anything, absolutely anything can happen. So that's why this game against Cardiff is also not a foregone conclusion, right? These things can happen. Thank you so much, yeah, Vikram. That means a lot. If you enjoy our work, and if you've not subscribed, one subscribe would
Please
be
do.
fantastic. Please do. That's that is something that we really really appreciate. Hi Ankit, how are you? Hi guys, crazy games already this week. Insane. Yeah, absolutely. यार FA Cup में कुछ भी हो सकता है. Hypothetical questions: win 3 cups this season and not finish top three, or win the league and not win any cups. If we win the, uh,
Win
oh,
3 cups. He's saying League Cup, FA Cup, Champions League. Okay. Not finish top three. Okay, if you win the Champions League, that means we're in the Champions League next season, so it doesn't matter. Uh, and or win the league and not win any cup. So basically, Nidhi, win 3 trophies or win
go
one trophy or win
league
one
or
trophy.
bust. Oh,
Huh.
yeah, both these scenarios are absolutely fantastic. Yeah, I mean, come on, this is
Yeah,
like this is getting to choose between a white Mercedes and a black Mercedes. Anything is good, right?
yeah,
Um, पता नहीं यार. I mean, look, यार, for me, for both of us, I think Champions League is very very special just because of the overall vibe of the competition, our
yeah.
record in it. But I don't know how to answer that question here.
I would go for 3 trophies. Simple because it's three. Three beats one. The number wise. Nidhi, एक अखिलेश ने अच्छा question. Oh, what an
IT
IT.
question by Vikramaditya.
I am
Uh,
sure I am sure विक्रम बायजूस में पढ़ रहा रहेगा अभी like कुछ ना कुछ ऐसे like
मतलब विक्रम ने आईएएस वाला क्वेश्चन पूछा है कि आप इसमें क्या करोगे.
hmm.
uh, Good to see
Nidhi,
Minamino starting.
Akhilesh ने Madrid jersey पहनी है by the way. So Akhilesh, thanks
Thank
for
you so much, yaar, Akhilesh.
asking that question. Nidhi, it's a very interesting question if you ask me because I really don't know the future of Minamino at our club. Like, I really like the guy. He's a hardworking guy.
Yeah,
Uh, even if hypothetically the arrival of Diaz means one of Firmino or Mane to leave, I still don't see Minamino starting games.
yeah, I think Minamino will leave in the summer, honestly. Especially if Salah and Mane, both get new deals,
Huh.
which please God. But I see Minamino leaving in the summer. He's at the prime, at in his prime, given his age,
Yeah.
and he is someone who is a good player. There is no doubt with that. We are not talking about a player who struggles.
Yeah.
Whenever he plays for us, he's this season he has scored important goals for us. Um, I think he will want to move on and play regular football. But these games definitely help his cause in terms of getting a favorable move, getting a someone like a I don't know, yeah. I mean, maybe like a Dortmund to come in for him, which will be great for him, right?
That's a very interesting shout.
Yeah,
Someone like a Dortmund. Yeah. Yeah.
right. So
Interesting.
someone like a Dortmund, etc., to come and bid for him, which will be fantastic. So yeah, I mean, it will be good.
I wasn't aware that the FA Cup fifth round draw is at 5:15 p.m.
I had no idea. I
So,
had no idea.
so it'll be good that we'll know our potential opponents in this live as well.
If
So
yeah, if we win, we'll know if we win, who will be play next. Ankit says, maybe I'm old school, but I take the cup competition wins any day. Ideally, the UCL, but as a Chelsea fan, though I'd be happy with the Super Cup, World Cup, FA Cup, and Carabao Cup. मतलब ये यार, this is like a laundry list. मतलब what do you say?
what even as a Chelsea fan, though I'll be happy. मतलब I know you're joking, brother, but the point is ये तो उंगली मांगो पूरा हाथ ले लेते, ये तो वही बात हो गई ब्रो.
भाई सुपर कप, क्लब वर्ल्ड कप, एफए कप, Carabao Cup, that's a fantastic season, यार. I mean,
That's a quadruple in its own.
in its own, yeah.
Yeah, that's a quadruple. That'll be insane. Nidhi, but अच्छा, next question अगर तेरे को लेना है, then I'll ask you.
मैंने क्वेश्चन आया नहीं.
By the way, Vikram ने लिखा है, first time I've ever commented on anything live
And
and
stump the
stuff the
hosts.
hosts and given the chat something to talk about. Thanks Vikram. Yes, अगर और भी कुछ पूछना है तो go for it मेरे भाई. There's no stress. As long as it is football
Yeah,
related, I'll try to answer. So Vikram, if this is the first time you're live, if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. Share this link with your friends, yeah, so that more people can join us in this live at the moment.
yeah. So, Manas, you were saying something.
I was asking, in a way, are you a little scared about the fluidity today we might encounter? Because I think Cardiff are going to sit back. They're going to play that low block. Everyone's going to be back for them. So Firmino is going to drop deep. Jota is going to drop deep. Minamino is not known yet for us to score out and out goals. You know that
Yeah.
point. So who do you think is going to be the key? I get the vibe that this is a very important game for Curtis Jones. He might just flourish here.
You know what? And this is not just with Liverpool. This is something that we've seen, that after the international breaks, there are teams that generally suffer, and generally, not suffer in terms of their output necessarily, but
Yeah,
definitely in terms of their tempo, etc. And these are usually teams that play, a certain style which is more flowing in nature, for the lack of a better word.
yeah.
So that can definitely happen. But I agree with you. I think Trent, and I somehow feel that it is going to be Minamino is going to be really important today.
Uh,
I have a feeling that Minamino is going to be really important today. But I think obviously Minamino will be playing on the wing because there's Firmino, so he will be playing that false nine role. There are
but that's
certain
the
games.
thing, no, Nidhi, because Minamino just doesn't look the same player when he's coming from wide.
Exactly, that is what my concern is, because Minamino has in certain games looked pretty good when he's playing that central role. Maybe not
Yeah,
the exact role
yeah,
as Bobby,
yeah.
but when he's playing centrally, he's looked a little, not a little, much better actually. But
100%.
from the wide, playing against a championship side, which will be definitely physical. Minamino is not the strongest. He can be bullied off the ball.
Yeah,
So
I
it'll be
agree.
interesting.
Yeah, yeah. Maybe it's tailor made for Luis Diaz to come off the bench and do something. Can you imagine Cop End ke samne Luis Diaz scores a screamer? Nidhi, that'll be insane, right? Right. So
That'll be
live pe I'm saying I'm predicting this. I could be wrong. Maybe we can use this later. I expect Luis Diaz to score today in front of the Cop End. That's my prediction, Nidhi.
okay. That's a big call.
If it doesn't happen, it doesn't happen.
It's a big call. How much game time will Trent get today with a hectic schedule coming up, um, and no cover for Trent for the rest of the season? Is it a risk?
I think Nidhi, I think Nico Williams has played enough for internationally and for us as well to warrant a place starting lineup in a championship club, and he wants to do that at this stage of his career. So credit to him for being ambitious. Can't blame him. We ideally should have a backup, but we don't. I think the backups will be Trent in that order. Trent slash Milner slash Gomez for right back. This
Yeah, yeah. I think the decision to let Williams go on loan. If you remember the start of this season, um, when the Euros were going on, there was a chat that Neco Williams could be allowed to leave, and I
yeah,
think that was something that had come from Neco's side because he wants to start regularly.
yeah.
So I guess that's fair because Neco has done more than enough, um, to start games. So he went on loan, and that's fair enough.
Yeah, and I mean, like there is this. I don't know whether I'm correct in saying this, Nidhi, but there is this touch of uh, emotion that I have towards Nico Williams. Is that
Hmm.
people tend to, so people say he's Welsh, but yeah, but he's been at Liverpool since all his career, since he was 7 or 8 years old. You know, he's come up through our academy. He's just been at a club and nowhere else, and he's 20 years old. 12-13 saal se he's been at Liverpool. So,
Right.
such, and if you've noticed, Nidhi, Jurgen Klopp is very keen on promoting our youth academy players.
Correct.
So, for him to, जैसे Marco Grujic को he's like जाने दिया loan पे, ऐसे players
Huh.
को. So I think, but with these players, he also has a sense of attachment, and rightly so, because he has totally emerged himself in our culture as a club. So Nico Williams ka maybe, I think maybe he comes back and stays with us. But I think Nat Philips जो गया वो गया. Nat Philips का हो जाएगा मेरे हिसाब से.
नहीं यार, I think Nico Williams has been given to Fulham as a sweetener for the Fabio Carvalho deal as well.
Do you think
Uh,
वो like loan is going to move
I
in?
can I can see that happening. I can see that happening, especially if Fulham gets promoted.
हाँ,
Then Fulham will push for okay Fabio Carvalho straight swap deal. I can see that happening. We have Harry Wilson already playing at Fulham, so
Fulham, yeah,
the relationship between Liverpool and Fulham is good.
yeah.
So that. मानस ये क्वेश्चन ले, तब तक मैं 1 मिनट में आता हूँ.
Huh. Guys, by the way, everyone who is tuned in, please do share this video, share it with your friends, the link, so that more people join in, and hopefully you guys subscribe as well. Vikram का question लेते हैं. Do you guys think with Diaz coming in and Jota being that good, does it mean the start of the end of the famous front three, or do you think Firmino could drop back in midfield? I think it already is the start of the end of that cliched, famous, traditional front three. I think we are evolving, and I think it's beautiful that we're evolving. And the way that we're evolving is we are not just letting the likes of Mane and Firmino go. They are still very involved. Jota's arrival only showed that maybe, we are looking forward to the future and also being flexible enough when it comes to our front three. Jota offers something totally different, and Jota is the second highest goal scorer in the Premier League, if I'm not mistaken. So
Yes.
if Jota keeps scoring the goals, so that traditional front three is already broken. Now Luis Diaz is going to further change the dynamics. We could probably be seeing Jota, Luis Diaz, and Salah next season as more regulars as a front three. So I think Firmino, amongst Mane and Firmino will be the more likelier one to be okay with the bench role. This is what I
Hmm.
feel.
Yeah, and I think that the question about Firmino dropping in midfield, I don't think Firmino will play like a center midfield role because that would require us to change the way in which Salah and Mane play. That would require us to change the way in Trent and Robbo play. That will
Yeah,
be a very big shift.
yeah,
So I don't see him, but he anyway, plays in the midfield. I mean, he's dropping in the midfield and playing. So I think what Manas said basically it could be a shift. But yeah, I think the overall, I think we have started to evolve, and this is like the next stage.
Yeah,
Pretty
yeah,
sure you guys may have touched upon earlier, but Nat Philips' announcement video at Bournemouth was like, wow, turning Zlatan. Yeah, I mean, that's the least that Nat Phillips deserves. He's Naldini after all.
yeah. I
Yeah.
mean, Nat Phillips is what I mean, what Zlatan is to attackers, Nat Phillips is to defenders. Like
Also to
how
attackers.
Zlatan. Like I just wish that Nat Phillips once in his life refers to himself in third person. That will be the best thing ever to do. Yeah,
Or calls himself the Nat.
the Nat. Yeah. Man of the match, Nat. Can you describe how you're feeling? The Nat feels great. ऐसा कुछ हो जाए तो
It'll
the Nat
be
the Nat is happy.
the Nat is here. Or
Hmm.
like every tackle, he says his own name, the Nat.
The Nat.
So,
मतलब
so
खुद खुद के लिए चैंट वैंट बना रहा है.
और पैसे दे रहा है लोगों को कि गाओ.
ओ भगवान,
Yeah,
जैसे
Nat Phillips, yeah. I
रैली
mean,
रैली
yeah.
असेंबल कर रहा है.
Yeah, see, Nat Phillips is from what you read about him. He's a very very quiet person, someone who doesn't like the limelight at all. So
Yeah.
obviously we are joking, but Nat Phillips, I'm very happy here. I mean, hopefully he. I honestly was a little surprised that a club like Newcastle didn't come for him,
Yeah.
because he's look, he's more than capable of playing for for most clubs, I'd say. I think he can do a job almost anywhere.
I'm surprised someone like an Arsenal didn't go for him. Like Arsenal is a club that needs solid players, and I think White and Nat Phillips would just be really, really good for them to build on something. But I'm not Arsenal. I'm not concerned about them. Guys, please, if you are new to this live, if you're new to our channel, please do like this video. It would mean a lot. The algorithm will help us reach more people. And अगर पहली बार आए हो चैनल पे, मेरा नाम मानस है and मेरे साथ निधि है and we are Menace The Monk. हम लोग देसी लिवरपूल कंटेंट बनाते हैं. So सब्सक्राइब करोगे तो बहुत अच्छा लगेगा. और हम ऐसे ही बढ़ते रहेंगे आपके आशीर्वाद के साथ और एक दिन इंशाल्लाह लिवरपूल जाएंगे और वहां से गेम कवर करेंगे
Inshallah.
इंशाल्लाह.
Right. So yeah, I mean, and the Milan derby. Yeah, I watched a little bit of the derby. I think Manas watched the derby. Um, so, Manas, what did you make of the derby?
Uh, First of all, I personally think thanks Vaibhav, appreciate it
Thank you
brother.
so much.
Please do subscribe. I think you are new to our channel since you are saying that, so please do subscribe. इंटर के साथ जो हमारा चैंपियंस लीग मैच होगा ना बहुत मुश्किल होगा निधि मेरे हिसाब से.
Well, yeah.
The only good thing about that is that Barella is missing for both the legs, which is a huge miss for them because midfield में उनके लिए usually Barella, Brozovic और Çalhanoğlu रहता है. तो अब आई थिंक जो भी अभी आएगा मिडफील्ड में थोड़ा तो इफेक्ट पड़ेगा क्वालिटी का. Yesterday they missed so many good chances. More than them missing, I think Mignon, the goalkeeper of Milan, was just amazing. He made 2 or 3 really good saves. And Handanovic for the winner of Giroud, it was an error. See, these errors happen. It's part of football. Injuries is part of football, and goalkeeper making good saves is a part of football. But uh, Inter played well. I'm just going to say that. But that result means that Serie A is now open, which is great for
What
that
is the
league.
difference?
Huh? I
What is the
think
difference?
I think Milan are now 4 points behind Inter because of that. It was a very similar fixture, Nidhi, to what our fixture against City could be. You know, like like वो वैसा situation था उधर before the game began, and now Milan are back into it.
Yeah. So I'm just seeing the table, and it is basically a point between
हाँ
them, but Inter have a game in hand.
हाँ sorry, a point, yeah. So Inter are 1 point ahead with the game in hand.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
let me just show you.
नापोली भी है ना आसपास.
I'll just show the. I'll just if you guys can see.
I can't see it.
No.
No.
Okay, I had not shared it. 1 second.
निधि सुन ना, ऐसे स्टार्टिंग लाइनअप शेयर करना हमारे.
हाँ करता हूँ. So basically, this is Milan,
हाँ.
Inter Milan, then AC,
हाँ.
Napoli, Atalanta.
हाँ.
Napoli also, they're quite. Actually, they might just fancy their chances.
Yeah. निधि लाइनअप दिखा हमारी.
हाँ वही I'm doing that.
ये अच्छा फीचर हम लोग लाइव पे यूज कर सकते हैं ना फिर.
Yeah.
हाँ
This is
ये
the
दिखा.
lineup.
So it's अरे ये क्या हो गया भाई.
Sorry. Infinity Mirror.
हाँ.
Yeah, so it's Kelleher, Arnold, Konate, Van Dijk, Tsimikas, Henderson, Keita, Jones, Minamino, Jota, and Firmino. What about Cardiff's lineup? Do you know any Cardiff players, Manas?
नो यार, ऑनेस्टली आई डोंट फॉलो. निधि इधर ही रख, एक मिनट इधर ही रख, थोड़ा डिस्कस इस पे करते हैं ताकि लोग को समझ तो आए हम लोग. निधि केलेहर.
Yeah,
Honestly, I'm not even a bit stressed about these days him starting in goal. I'm not.
yeah. I mean, I hope we don't jinx it, but how good is it to have somebody, dependable as a number two? We had such a big issue when I mean, for a lot of years, we did not even have a dependable number one. Forget about number two. Mignolet was,
Ask
such a
us. We went to the Champions League final when Karius did
uh,
what he did.
Mignolet and Karius were our, options in the Champions League final. Uske pehle, Mignolet did another thing in another European final. So we have had a history. I mean, Pepe Reina ke baad, we did not have a, proper goalkeeper,
हाँ.
for one or two. Now, you have Allison, who's one of the best in the world.
Yeah.
And you have Kelleher, who's so solid. And I hope I don't jinx it, but this gives so much confidence to us as fans.
Yeah.
It is really so assuring to have Kelleher. But my problem is यार अभी Kelleher ना I will not be surprised अगर वो समर में बोलेगा कि मेरे को I want to start regularly and it would be fair. So I mean फिर क्या करेंगे हम? I hope that doesn't happen, but then uh, because
I think
I
next.
really don't want to.
I think next season will be too soon for him to say that. I think the season after that he might. I
Yeah,
understand where you're coming from because he's as solid as a lot of Premier League goalkeepers.
yeah, and I really don't want again not hating on anybody, but I really don't want us to go back to Adrian because he's not. Let's be honest, he's not dependable, right?
ये जो
So
स्क्रीन पे तू Menace in the
हाँ
Monk का ट्विटर डाल सकता है क्या?
हाँ डाल सकता हूँ.
Because rather than BBC या जिसका भी है, if we put our feed, it is better branding. I think पहला tweet only our tweet will be Liverpool का lineup. I think home. Our tweets पे जाता है ना.
So
What we
this
have
is
tweeted.
basically the team lining up. James Milner and the cop has started singing about Luis Diaz already. No,
Is it?
no. I think James Milner has been talking about Luis Diaz. Obviously, I cannot play the audio because the audio is being used.
Yeah.
But let's look at Cardiff lineup.
What we're doing is not illegal, right, Nidhi? What we're doing right now, or
No,
is
no, no.
it?
This is not. This is not illegal. We are not, streaming anything. This is not illegal at all.
Okay.
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 Cardiff lineup is this. So Philips, NG. Manas, I don't
And
know any of these players. Do you know any of these players?
just click. Okay. Phillips, NG, Flint, Denham, Bagan, King, Pack, Harris, Collins. No, brother. Absolutely not.
Yeah, I don't know any of these players.
and they're fighting for survival in the championship. So see, it's not gonna be the easiest game by any stretch of the imagination because like we saw yesterday, like West Ham were up against a team which was not even in the top 5, 6 leagues in England, and they almost pulled off one of the biggest upsets in the history. It
Plymouth
was,
as well.
huh?
Plymouth, Plymouth
But
against Chelsea.
Plymouth तो League One है. You know, ये जो किड मिनिस्टर जो भी था,
Kidderminster Harriers.
this would have been the biggest history in the history of FA Cup. This is what everyone was saying, all Gary Lineker and all these people. But
Yeah,
anyway, ये cancel कर
yeah.
दे निधि.
हाँ हाँ वही कर रहा हूँ. And
मैंने सिर्फ वो
Declan Rice broke their hearts, but yeah, I mean it will be. Uh, One question about, would you say Giroud is one of the most underrated? I really hope Deschamps gives him a chance to break Henry's record. Uh, yeah,
Giroud.
he's. I
Yeah,
don't know
sorry.
about underrated. I don't know about underrated. I mean, he's played for some of the topmost clubs in the world. Arsenal, Chelsea. Now he's playing for Milan. Um, but I always, whenever I faced Olivier Giroud as a Liverpool fan against with Arsenal or against Chelsea, I was always wary of Giroud because he was a player who could score at any time. Let me put it that way.
Yeah,
Underrated का पता नहीं मगर he is a very good player. Let me put it that way.
yeah. निधि screen share में Menace in the Monk के Twitter से I have just tweeted the lineup. Can you put that?
हाँ
And we
हाँ
can
one
just
second.
talk more about the lineup.
Yeah, yeah.
Last question for today. Thoughts on two former LFC players, Gini, not UCL, Shaqiri to MLS. Ironically, both were involved in goals against Barca. That's Vikram. I think you should come to our lives way more often because you are talking a lot of sense and we really like that. Nidhi, which part of the question do you want to take? The Shaqiri part or the Milner or the Gini part?
Yeah, see the I'll take the genie part. I'll let Manas talk about the Shakiri part. Look at PSG. No, the expectation at that club is very different. I think that Genie, of course, whatever happened. I mean, I love Genie. By the way, he's unlike a lot of people that say that he was not good enough or anything. I think personally think he made a mistake by going to PSG because the expectation at PSG is very different. They do not appreciate players who are slightly more behind the scenes, doing their thing quietly. He's not one of he. They don't. They like more of players who can just pop in and score and all that. I think personally think Barca would have been a better bet for Genie. Um, because of the Dutch connection as well, and the now to of course Koeman is not there, but I think because of the Dutch connection, Barca would have been a better fit, and also the kind of football they play. So I think that PSG, obviously that move didn't work out for Genie,
Yeah,
and of course I feel bad, but yeah, he made a decision and he's got to live with it, unfortunately.
yeah,
But yeah, of course, it feels bad to see Genie not playing. I mean, he is definitely better than this treatment. But I think PSG are a club where they like to display their latest shiny toys. So that's what
yeah.
it is.
That's so true. And when it comes to Shaqiri, it's I think Inter, Bayern, Stoke, then Liverpool, then Lyon. I there were times when I was not able to process why Shaqiri is not playing many games for us. And then if someone like a Lyon who are not like high flying either, they are willing to let
Hmm.
him go to MLS and there's no other contact from any other European club, makes me wonder certain things about Shaqiri. Like uh, not doubting his professionalism, but there has to be an underlying issue which probably people don't want to talk about. That maybe he's at. I don't know what's the issue. It's like I think it's too good right now to play in the MLS. Just my 2 cents.
I there were discussions, there were murmurs about the fact that uh, players were Klopp was not happy with the defensive work or the
Yeah.
defensive effort Shaqiri was putting in. Um, Look, again, these things are pure speculation here. We don't know what goes on behind the scenes and all. But
Yeah.
this was one of the things that was mentioned. Maybe that is one of the reasons.
Yeah. Yeah. निधि वो डालना लाइनअप.
अरे यार वो तूने किया है क्या? I can't find that tweet.
One second. I'll just look.
I see, a little bit about Diaz and Elliott on the bench and Firmino Jota, but I can't see the lineup wala tweet.
1 second. I'll just have a look.
I can just put up the Liverpool account.
हाँ
We
वही
can
कर
talk
रहा
about
हूँ.
it.
हाँ वही
Why?
कर रहा हूँ. वही
That's
कर
what
रहा
I'll
हूँ.
do. 1 second.
So guys, if you have any more questions, please go for it. Akshay is saying that Shaqiri had great Euros last year. Akshay, that's the thing about Shaqiri. He usually thrives with Switzerland. Always with Switzerland, he's good. Yeah. I mean, I've never seen Shaqiri have an ordinary international tournament. He's always doing well for his national side, and this has to be something.
Absolutely. There is something which is an issue with Shaqiri.
Yeah.
Clearly, that is there. That's the lineup, of course.
Okay. ये
Do you want to
क्वेश्चन
talk
हटाए.
about the bench a little bit?
हाँ ये क्वेश्चन हटा देना ताकि थोड़ा पेज बड़ा दिखे हमें.
Just a moment. It will cause a little bit of a infinity mirror, but just hold on for a little bit.
नो स्ट्रेस.
There
हाँ
you
बेंच
go.
भी देखना है ना.
There you go.
ओके हाँ. एड्रियन, थियागो, मिलनर, Diaz, Robbo, Matip, Gordon, Elliott, Morton. Nithi, Morton is. What are you making of Morton so far?
I really like Tyler Morton. I really think, and I don't want to jinx it or anything. I really think we are seeing a very good player for the future. He plays with a lot of maturity.
Yeah.
He plays with a lot of passion. I really
Yeah.
think we are seeing one for the future in Tyler Morton. I really like Tyler Morton, honestly.
I would have loved to seen him start today because instead of Hendo in that position, that's Tyler Morton's origin, like you would say,
Preferred position,
preferred.
yeah.
Yeah, so you could have played Morton, Keita. Maybe like he just thinks that it's too much of an effort, considering Keita and Jones themselves are not too established in the team to play that midfield. Nidhi.
Yeah, I think that today's team has been, played more with the idea of, starting to build that fluidity because we play Leicester, in the midweek, and
Yeah,
every single game is very very important for us. So
yeah,
I think that it is done with the idea of maintaining that continuity because that's why you see Jota, Minamino, everybody starting. All of course. By the way, Manas, we must talk about one more thing which we haven't talked about at all.
yeah.
We, today is also the AFCON final.
Oh
Uh,
yeah,
yeah, so Salah
yeah.
versus Mane
Huh.
in a little bit after the game that in the FA Cup game.
Yeah.
After that, Salah versus Mane is going to be there. What are you making of that?
Oh, it's.
By the
See
way,
half
Manas,
of
I
my.
think I should remove it and I should put some questions because I can't see the questions.
Okay. Fair. साला एंड माने भाई ये तो बहुत बहुत बड़ी दुविधा है यार. I mean, I love both of them so much. I'm a little scared. It's going to be very emotional, I'm sure, for both of them and for us as supporters as well. Like I said, that Mane is the first big signing of Jurgen Klopp. Uh, Also, the fact that the last AFCON final, Senegal lost against Algeria. So, wo hai. Either Salah is a fan favorite, the best in the world. We want him to sign a new deal. Many of us want him to win the Ballon d'Or. So, if he wins the AFCON, the chances increase. So, there's so many permutations, combinations. First things first, I hope their relationship is not spoiled because of this game. Second of all, I hope they don't get injured. And ye agar ho gaya, then I want Senegal to win.
Yeah, who do you guys want to win? See, who do you guys see or want to see winning the AFCON? Just let us know in the comment section. I we did this live on Friday, of course, where we talked about it, and I want Egypt to win because they are the underdogs here. But yeah, this is, come on. I mean, either way, we win as Liverpool fans. Uh, Whether Salah wins it or Mane wins it. Um, Although I do agree that there was another discussion that we had about Salah's case becoming stronger for the Ballon d'Or. Um, so yeah, that is there because if that happens, then Liverpool become a club where you can go and win the Ballon d'Or, and that would
Exactly.
have also and that would attract better big names in the future. And also, if one of them wins the Ballon d'Or, then it means that we would have one more major trophy. So
Exactly.
for that, not for the Ballon d'Or itself. I mean, I don't care much about the Ballon d'Or,
Yeah.
but for that, yeah, I totally agree. By the way, Vikramaditya has written that the draw is done. If we win, then we face Norwich in the fifth round.
Home or away?
I don't know. Let me look at the FA Cup draws. I think it would be there on Twitter.
वो फुल स्क्रीन पे डाल अभी.
हाँ, 1 second.
ये हुई ना बात. कार्डिफ के बाद नॉरिच.
अगर
ये तो फुल मैन सिटी वाइब्स आ रहा है. Like, ऐसा कि पहला श्रूज ने लास्ट में श्रूसबेरी था ना.
Shrewsbury, yes.
श्रूसबेरी लीग कप में था, इसमें था. Anyway,
I can't find it anywhere. Just a moment.
Shrewsbury, Cardiff, and if we win Norwich, मजा आ जाए. ऐसा ही कुछ
Manas, any
सेमीफाइनल तक.
superstition before a match?
यार पहले होते थे बहुत, और तू भी एक जानता है जो मैं इधर मुंह पे नहीं बोल सकता हूँ, बट
हाँ.
हाँ, बट but nothing too serious. I don't have too serious. हंस कर है साले.
बोल देना वो वाला बोल देना, बहुत मजा आएगा.
नहीं. मैं हमेशा, my superstition is I always have soy milk latte before every game. Whether you want to believe it or not, it is up to you.
Yeah, I have only one superstition before a game, is that I will take either this position, which is the right side of the sofa. That's the only superstition. So मैं ट्रेंट वाला पोजीशन से स्टार्ट करता हूँ मैच. और अगर
Trent,
हाफ टाइम में हाँ और अगर हाफ टाइम में वी आर बिहाइंड और समथिंग, देन आई विल शिफ्ट टू रोबोस पोजीशन व्हिच इज ऑन द लेफ्ट.
बट मैं कभी कभी सोचता हूँ, और ईशान ने भी पूछा, हम लोग इतने सुपरस्टिशियस हैं, बट कुछ फर्क तो पड़ता नहीं.
नहीं,
बट
फर्क तो क्या
I agree,
पड़ेगा.
but it makes us feel easier.
It's a mental thing, of course. FA Cup draw. I can't find anything, brother.
1 second, I'll try to find it. And Nidhi, that'll be the last thing that we do in this live,
Yeah. And then
because
we call it a day for this live. Um,
तू तब तक निधि बोल दे, like, subscribe.
Right. No, I have it. Let me project it. By the way, guys, if anybody is new here, please make sure that you like the video. Liking the video definitely helps us with the algorithm. And if you are, here for the first time, Please share the link with your friends so that we have more people. The more the merrier. And if you haven't subscribed yet, a subscribe would be absolutely amazing. That's a 100% free way of helping us. We are Desi Liverpool content creators. We like to talk about Liverpool, and your support means us a lot. We just hit the 1000 mark last week, and that has been amazing. But I mean, one subscribe would be absolutely brilliant for us. I was very surprised right now because I just saw a whiskey ad on the
Uh,
TV and I was like, how? But then I remembered that it's a smart TV and I'm watching the Sony Live app, which is why it is allowed.
app is allowed. Nidhi, शुरू
Ha!
हो रहा है coverage. I think they will play.
We'll just quickly discuss that. You know, FA Cup fifth round.
Yeah,
So it's Luton Town versus Chelsea. It's right on my screen, by the way, if you guys
yeah,
can
yeah,
see it.
yeah.
Crystal versus Stoke. Manchester City got Peterborough United again. Oh, big surprise. Um, Liverpool or Cardiff versus Norwich. Southampton versus West Ham. Middlesbrough versus Tottenham. Nottingham Forest or Leicester versus Huddersfield Town. Everton versus Bournemouth. Yeah, where are like I can see so many Premier League names missing. Arsenal is of course out. They lost to Nottingham.
United out.
United are out.
Uh,
Wow, like this
it's
is
it's open,
interesting.
huh? Like if when you see that draw, in all honesty, only uh, Chelsea and City are two teams which as a local supporter I will have an eye on. But let's be honest, the draws are pretty decent for Chelsea, City, and Liverpool, and
Yeah,
even Everton.
that's true. But Liverpool are the only team here which is playing a Premier League side. The rest aren't.
Yeah, yeah, and Nat Phillips travels to Goodison Park.
Wow, that I mean, if Bournemouth win, then of course Nat Phillips, Maldini, Everton will not know what hit them. The Nat.
Chal Nidhi, let's end this.
But yeah, I mean
And
the coverage is
yours
starting.
arrived.
So guys, best of luck. Hopefully we win the game. Like I said, please like this video, share it, and if you've not subscribed, then subscribe. We'll see you soon. Cheers. Bye bye.
Nidhi to live